I hope loves D Punch Out TV. Hope you're all well on this Tuesday evening. Right, it's fight week. I want to talk obviously about, this is part 2 of previous video of Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. However you want to say it. Right, let's talk about Joshua, because in the last video we spoke about Daniel Dubois. So for me, going into this fight, there's a bit of tension between these two. Obviously it nearly kicked off when they were at the first meeting around that table. But for me, the body language I've been getting off Josh, he seems a bit tense, Joshua. Like, I don't know, he seems a bit uptight about it, but he looks very focused. There's no doubt under Ben Davison, he seems to have discovered his old self. Being a great knockout over Ngannou, Francis Ngannou, a good knockout. So for me, I think Joshua, I was talking to a lad at work about this the other day, my mate thinks that Dubois will start, Joshua will start fast. I don't think Joshua will. I think what Joshua will do is, I think Joshua will he'll be using his jab. I think Dubois might start fast, and Joshua will be looking for that chink in his armour. He'll be pumping that jab out. Joshua likes to punch down to the solar plex and stuff like that. He's very good at doing that, upstairs, downstairs. And if Dubois comes through, I think he'll clip him with the right hand. Joshua's footwork for me is underrated. He's got quite good footwork, Joshua has. He's got bags of experience now. You know, he's been in with some great fighters. I just think Joshua is a different fighter since he left Rob McCracken. I think we can all agree that Joshua's skittled around different Derek James, Garcia, now Ben Davison. He looks the most comfortable under Ben Davison. I think he struggled with Alanius a bit, but then he found, that was under Derek James, and he found him and good knockout. Joshua's got that one power knockout, not like thunderous one power knockout, but he's got the one power knockout to knock you out. For me, I'm going to have to come to the prediction bits, because I've been racking my brain all week with this. You're only as good as your last fight, they say. So on that note, for me, I still do believe that Dubois' last 2 fights are better than Joshua's last 4 fights. But both of them have looked, in the last 2 fights, have looked good. They've looked exceptional. Joshua, the bigger man, he's got more experience. Not much bigger than Dubois, he's a bit taller. But I think he hits a lot harder than, I wouldn't say a lot harder, I think he hits harder than Dubois. I don't think Dubois has been in with anyone who hits like Joshua, if I'm honest. This fight for me comes down to is it mentally stronger, I think. It comes down to that, as well as who wants it the most. I do believe they both want it. I believe Daniel Dubois is on a high, coming off the 2 wins against Hrgovic and against Jarrell Miller. But then again, so is Joshua Ngannou and was it Otto Weil in his last one before that. For me, I've been going back into for ages. I couldn't pick a winner on this fight. Excuse me, I really couldn't. I just think people are overlooking Dubois, but then when I look at the experience, who I think's mentally stronger, because you've never seen Joshua quit, where Dubois has quit twice. Is that still in Dubois? You don't know. And being honest, I don't know, because even though Miller put him under the cosh, smothered him, and he dug deeper and he bit down on his gum shield and he come through. He come through. There was still signs in that fight what showed me that he was gonna quit, but like I say, obviously he didn't. With Ergovic, I just don't think Ergovic had the power to hurt him, and that's why he got caught so many times with them right hands, but they were doing nothing. When I have to look at this now, Joshua's a totally different fighter than Filip Ergovic. He's bigger, stronger, hits harder, a better boxer, and I just don't know if Daniel Dubois' chin can take it after getting floored 3 times off that, I forgot his name now, that little cruiserweight, really. A small cruiserweight at that. So, I've watched a lot of Daniel Dubois' fights earlier. The Richard Lartley fight, the Nathan Gorman fight, always showed me signs that, that he doesn't know what to do under pressure. I'm not saying any of them do, because if Dubois catches Joshua with a big right hand and Joshua goes down, he could bring back the visions of the Ruiz fight. Scramble him. But for me, I just think Joshua's more experienced. He's powerful. And Dubois' reckless, man. That's the big part for me with Daniel Dubois. He's reckless with that defence. You just can't do that with Joshua. Joshua's going to be looking. I think he'll probably do what he does most fights. He starts slow and he starts to open up his opponent with his jab and the right hand, the body shots. That's how Joshua slows a lot of his fighters down, with the shots to the body. And Dubois is going to come bouncing in. I think he's going to come bouncing in, and I just can't see him working on any head movement. He doesn't move his head at all. Dubois doesn't, not much anyway. But Dubois' got a very good jab. He's got fast hands as well, combinations. He's got, I think so anyway. But it's that number one key thing what's been throwing me towards AJ all the time. It's because of Dubois' recklessness, and Anthony Joshua will be looking to exploit that. And trust me, if Dubois hasn't been working on that defence, AJ will find him very soon, or just a matter of time. So, for me to wrap this fight up, because it's a great fight, you've got to come back to, as well, both the trainers. Don Charles has done worlds of wonder with Daniel Dubois. He really has invented a different fighter. I wouldn't rule out Dubois knocking AJ out. I wouldn't rule it out, but if I'm honest, I just think I think he's mentally stronger. I don't think the night being in front of all them people is going to get to Dubois. I don't believe that myself. Maybe if his dad wasn't in his corner, because he is like a bit of a young man, and he needs like his dad with him. But I just believe Anthony Joshua's the more experienced. He's the better boxer. He hits harder. AJ is a master of that straight down the middle, and that coming in with catching you with the uppercut. Good hooks. He's got quite good feet, Joshua. I just think Miller and Ergovic, even rolled into one, aren't better than Anthony Joshua, if I'm honest. So I'm going to go for Anthony Joshua. Like I say, I've been racking my brains about this all week. Well, for the last few weeks, I've had Dubois, I've had AJ. But for me, the number one key secret for me, key ingredient for me, is that recklessness of Daniel Dubois coming in with with his guard down and not moving his head. And I just think AJ will smash one of them big right hands down the middle, and when it hits him flush, I think he's gone. So I'm gonna go for Anthony Joshua between 6 and 9. I would probably say round 7. I think Joshua stops him, but I'm gonna go between any round between 6 and 9. I think Joshua stops him. I'm sorry, it's one of them. This was one of them fights. I was going to sit on the fence about this, but then I thought I can't do, because someone's going to win, and I've had to really think. Some people might find it easy to AJ straight away. What are you talking about? Or some people will say, "Oh, Dubois." But for me, I've actually tried to look at how these fighters are feeling, and I've got really good body language and vibes off Daniel Dubois, and coming off them 2 great wins, I think he's on an all high. But it's that defence what's the problem for me. Whereas AJ's got a decent defence, and AJ will exploit him with that right hand down the middle. He will do. He'll pump that jab, very similar to the punch what he hit Ngannou with. The one what levelled him out in the end was the jab, and then the big right hand straight down the middle. That's how I see it. I see Anthony Joshua knocking him out anywhere between 6 and 9. So peace out. Hope you enjoy the fight. I'm going to go live the day before. I was going to go live for this fight, but I want to sit down and watch it with my son. My son's coming around, so I might even go live after it. I don't know yet, but I'll definitely be live Friday. So I'll see you all on Friday. Peace out. Let me know what you think. Peace.